Hi, this is Tim with the Gilson Home Group here in Southeast Michigan. Today we're going to talk about a subject that many of you may have an idea about, but you're not really sure about the details. The subject for today's short video is going to be appraisals. Okay. So what is an appraisal? Well, an appraisal, when you read the state code in the state of Michigan, it states very clearly that an appraisal is an opinion of value. It doesn't say that it's a statistical fact. It doesn't say that it's a numerical certainty. It doesn't say anything that it's absolutely certain. It's just an opinion of value. So an appraisal is sometimes confused a little bit with an inspection. We're going to set aside the inspections for a different video. That's when they look at the construction of the building. An appraisal is coming out to identify what's the value of the structure. And the reason that a lender is going to want to do that is they're going to want to establish that if they're lending you this money, that if they have to take that house back for some unfortunate reason in the future, that it's really worth the amount of the loan. So let's be very clear, they're protecting themselves to make sure that when they lend this money, they have a potential to get the money back. You are a side beneficiary of this appraisal. So let's come back to the actual process. The lender's going to send somebody out to the building and they're going to look at all of the features, finishes, construction, and they're going to come up with a value that they think is appropriate for that building. They're going to send that report back to your lender, and it's very, very common that the number that they come back to your lender with is exactly contract price. And you say to yourself, this doesn't sound right. How could it be exactly at that number? And it's actually a really good thing when it comes back exactly at the number that your contract says. Here's the reason. An appraiser is saying the number that a ready, willing, and able buyer and a ready, willing, and able seller have agreed to is plausibly fair. They're saying, yeah, I'll go along with that. Seems reasonable. Now, there is another option that could happen. That appraisal could come in low. So let's say that you had a number here that you had agreed on your contract and the appraisal comes in here. Your lender is going to give you money based on the lower of contract price or appraised value. So they're going to lend you based on your appraised value. The reason for that is, again, they're protecting themselves. So what that means to a buyer and a seller is if we've agreed to sell it here and we've got an appraised value here, we need to figure out what to do with that difference. Usually what happens is a buyer and a seller come to some sort of intermediate agreement. Everybody gives a little bit and we get this resolved. There's another option that can happen, and that is that the appraisal comes in above contract price, in which case, as buyers, we close our mouths, we smile, we do the happy dance, and we say, wow, I got a great value, and we move forward to the next step. Those are the three options for the appraisals. Don't confuse them with inspections. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, as I mentioned. Don't be shocked if you end up having to go through a process where there's, for some reason, more than one appraisal done on a property. Sometimes that's required if we get vastly different numbers. Again, it is an opinion of value, and each appraiser who goes out there, I guarantee you, if we sent 3 into any subject property, we'd get 3 very different numbers. That's what we have for you today on appraisals. Contact us, call us if you have any questions about appraisals. We're glad to walk you through anything that we can.